class has been up in the top of that class all day long, and the Star Mazdas doing a great job. Robbie Morrison now falls back to second again after that pit stop. That put Rene back up in the lead. I think which Rene was counting on. I don't think Rene's going to have to stop again. I think both of these guys are pretty much done for the day as far as pit stops. Robbie really putting that thing around the corners now, trying to reel in Rene. Rene up here in no man's land, nobody to challenge him right now. Alright, well, I'd like to thank our sponsor there, Sim Garage. Does sell custom button boxes. Anybody needs a button box, look him up. He custom builds them to your liking. You tell him what you want, and he'll make it whatever you want. Switches, buttons, different kinds of buttons, chrome ones, plastic ones, all kinds of stuff. But check him out at simgarage.com for all your sim needs. He's getting into telemetry software and other things, so check him out, simgarage.com. Alright, Robbie back here 24.6 seconds behind our leader, Rene. And Layla Wilson in third, running about 54 seconds behind the leader. Back and check on, let's go back and check on Dog here. We haven't checked on him in a little while. See how he's running. He's picked up a lot of positions out on the track, overall positions, and trying to salvage what that started out as a good race for him and ended up with video card problems and put him with a lot of damage on that car, and he's trying to recoup from that. Very unfortunate. Video card problems actually a couple times, and I think he's got it straightened out now. He said that Trading Paints was giving him some issues, so he shut Trading Paints off and hasn't had a problem since. So that's good news to know. If anybody is having problems out there or something with their video card, Trading Paints could be affecting it, could be doing something. It's all computer stuff, so you just never know. Robbie Morrison gets by Dog safely and maintains that second spot. He's 23.6 seconds behind our leader. I hate to say it, but he is gaining some ground. Let's go back and check on Lewis. Lewis running overall 8th and first in his class. And he's got company coming up behind him really quick here. About 53 minutes and 45 seconds left in the session, so lots of racing to go here yet, folks. Whoa, that was a little rough there. These guys getting pretty bouncy around that as they passed up Lewis Van there. Boy, I'll tell you what, Robbie Morrison and Darren Kuhn putting on a pretty good show right there. Robbie is just literally driving the heck out of that thing. And he goes by Francisco. Francisco with a lot of damage on that car. Watching him earlier, it looks like he may be struggling with a little bit of handling issues, but other than that, the car seems to be driving okay and he's doing all right. You get a lot of damage on these things. It sure does make them hard to drive, and he's doing a good job though. Zupper, is that how you say Zuper? I guess. Good to see you in there, my friend. Hopefully you come back next Sunday and watch them again. I'm not sure where they're at next Sunday, but get maybe in there and do a little practice racing with them. Be running some practice races. They'll be running a race tonight, actually. An hour-and-a-half long race at the same track. I think the same cars. So go sign up. dogsofracing.com. Check them out. You can get in their team speak and get to know the folks, and a good bunch of folks, I'll tell you. Good bunch of racers. A lot of respect out on the track these guys give each other, and it sure does mean a lot. If you're an iRacer, you know respect on that track means a world. Alright, boy, all these folks getting around each other right now. This is pretty interesting. Tommy Lee, I haven't talked about him in a little while, as he gets around a few of the slower cars. In 6th overall, first time he's been 6th. He's been like 5th place almost all day long. But after that last pit stop, he did lose a position to Aston Crowder. Aston not far ahead of Tommy Lee. Let's look. 7.6 seconds ahead of Tommy Lee. So Tommy has chopped about a half a second off of that lead. And that's just for position on the track. It's not for class or anything like that, because they are in two different classes. But Tommy Lee doing a super job out there. Fox out here running in 3rd. She's got the Fox still running in 3rd right here. She's running about a minute behind her leader right now. She's been hanging right in there for quite a while now. 53 seconds to a minute behind the leader pretty much the whole race long here. The Fox doing it up today here at Montreal Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and I'm sure somebody will say I said that wrong, but it's the best I can say it. Sounds good to me. Not French Canadian, so it sounds good to me. Montreal, everybody knows it is Montreal. This is just an awesome, awesome track. I don't think you'll hear anybody say anything bad about this track. It's just a fun track to run. Some nice long straightaways, some little catchy turns. We've got a horseshoe as they're going around right now. Tommy Lee still 6th overall, and he is still trying to reel in Aston Crowder. Let's see. Let's see what he's closed that gap up to now. Now still 7.5 seconds behind Aston. That's just for position on the track is all. All right, Robbie Morrison chopping that time down even more yet. Down to 22 seconds behind our leader, Rune. Really does wish he was up there with Rune right now battling for that position, but pit stops had to dictate that one. I think that paint job is supposed to represent something about gaming, and that's supposed to be like blood stains all over that car, I think. That looks pretty cool though. It's something about gaming, one of the games that he plays or something. Yeah, we all play a lot of them online games and stuff. Got blood splatters and all kinds of goodies, so that's for us sick game players. Yeah, let's ride along with Rune here for just a little bit. All right, 45 minutes left in the race here, folks. So we're getting it down to the wire now. These guys have been out here for quite a while now. Been out here for an hour and 45 minutes running. So quite lengthily. Coming up at the end of this here, we will talk to all the drivers, so stick around for the interviews. We'll talk to them and ask them about how their racing was and what they most like. Oh, and here comes Rune down pit road, folks. Rune, I believe this is a scheduled pit stop. Rune coming down pit road, and that's going to probably let Robbie Morrison back up into the lead again, because he's only a few seconds behind Rune right now. Well, let's see if we can find Robbie here coming. Where is Robbie? Robbie coming down pit road too. Okay, both of them on pit road. Renee's going to probably definitely get out first, as long as he didn't make that pit mistake again. And they both go out together. Oh boy, this is cool. This is going to be good, folks. This puts both of them right there together again, and this is where we seen them earlier in the race if you were watching. This is where it all started right here. These two battling for the lead. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. Robbie going to look for every chance he can to try to get by Renee now. He rode behind him a long time at the beginning of the race. And now he's back behind him again. Oh God, I got the hiccups. This is where it all began right here, folks. Layla now 17 seconds behind them two. And I don't know, I'm thinking she is going to have to make one more pit stop. She's not that far behind them two. Wow, good job. That put Darren Kuhn back on the lead lap now with these guys, but he's quite a ways behind them. No, I'm sorry. He is still a lap down. He's the first car lap down. I apologize. No, he is back on the lead lap, but he is barely on the lead lap because the leaders are starting to come around here and close up on him. Uh-oh, and what happened to Robbie? Robbie 5 seconds behind him. Robbie must have slipped or something there. He's probably telling Renee, hey, get back here. I want to race with you. Come on. He's taking it kind of easy right now, letting them tires cool off. He must have slipped. All it takes is a little mistake, and boy, you can lose a lot of ground to somebody. So he's 8.2 seconds behind our leader, Renee. He's only about 10 seconds ahead of Layla Wilson. Alright, Darren Kuhn, last one on the lead lap. Not far from being put a lap down. Tommy Lee in 5th now, as he did get back by Aston Crowder. We missed that pass, but can't be everywhere. Aston Crowder right behind him now, 6th overall. Marcus in 7th. Second in his class in the Star Mazda. Alright, Lewis Van doing a great job out here in the Legends. He's running 8th overall. That's awesome. Awesome job, Lewis. Dog with all that damage on his car, still running 3rd in his class in the Star Mazda and 9th overall. That thing looks like it's been through a war. He had video card problems earlier and must have crashed it or something and had a lot of repair time, like 8 minutes in the pit to get that thing repaired enough for him to drive it. Back out running now and doing great. Hopefully the car's handling okay enough to finish the race up. He's got a little less than 40 minutes of racing to go. So the time's creeping down there. And then last on the field here, 10th place overall, 2nd in his class, is Francisco. Running the Legends, and he rolled it earlier. I wish we could have got that on video. That would have been awesome to see. We don't want to see you do it again, though, Francisco. Don't repeat it. Trying to salvage what we can out of the race today. Doing a good job. Well, y'all don't tell me if I'm telling you enough information. You don't talk to me in chat here. Somebody talk to me. Am I doing all right? Everybody doing all right today? Hopefully. What else you got to do on a Saturday afternoon? Sit here and listen to me run my pie hole. Nobody wants to talk to me. All right then. Oh, yeah. Ah, very good, very good. Very good. Well, good to have you back here, Bruner. Good job. Thank you. Thank you for watching, man. Appreciate it. You know, Dog likes to have you guys watch, and if you can't make the race, he likes to have the, yeah, it kind of makes it worthwhile, you know. I try to do the best I can, and so you guys can go back and enjoy it later. That's what it's all about. You know, I just want to make sure you guys can watch it later and listen to me run my mouth the whole time for 2.5 hours. Boy, Tommy Lee has lost some ground right there to Aston Crowder, but Aston Crowder now falls back off of him. I don't know what happened there. But he's trying to reach Tommy. And that's just a pass for overall position. He is running in 6th here. Tommy running in 5th. Tommy doing a pretty good job out there. Normally he's running oval races, but lately he's been kind of getting into a little bit more of the road courses, and he, man, not to cut himself short, he's doing a really good job. So well, I'm glad you're talking to us there, Burner, because nobody else is. Everybody's been like quiet. Even Layla, she's concentrating now. She gave up on the texting and driving, I guess. She's running up here in the 3rd spot, and she's been right up there all day long. She had that slip at the beginning of the race, and it was pretty costly for her, but she's still hanging on here. Probably not far from going a lap down, but let's take a look at Rune here. Where is he at? Yeah, he's not far behind her. Yeah, he's only about maybe 10 seconds behind her. So well, Bruner, that had to have made it worse for you to try to make the races then if you guys moved the races up an hour or two sooner. That kind of made it a little harder for you to make the races then, huh? I mean, I think the league, they voted on it, you know, I guess as a whole, I'm assuming. So, you know, I don't know if you had a vote in on that or what, but it's a shame that you couldn't be out there running with these guys too. You know, I kind of miss seeing you out there. Rune definitely doing a great job, and boy, that has really pulled him away from 2nd place, Robbie Morrison. Robbie is like a minute and 8 seconds behind. So he must have had some more slip and sliding around the track or something, because boy, he has lost a lot of ground. And you know, Layla not that far behind him really. Layla's only about maybe 16 seconds behind him. make sure you do hit that follow button, folks. Broadcast here every Sunday afternoon. Well, actually Sunday morning, depending on where you're at. It's a 2.5 hour session here, so coming up on the 2 hour mark here before much longer. A couple more minutes. And put these guys and gals down to the 30-minute mark. 30 minutes to complete this race. Darren Kuhn running in 4th place overall, top of his class, has been up there all, well, not all day. Started out kind of actually running about 3rd in his class, and we did lose a couple drivers, one of them being in his class in Star Mazda, and but he has managed to maintain and still has not been on pit road. He does this. He knows if you can make it the whole way, and he pushes it, saves a little fuel, and gets that car up there and manages to make the whole race on the same tank of fuel on these things. That's amazing. Well, the excitement's kind of dwindled down just a little bit. Man, making me a little sleepy. All right, well, let's go back through the field a little bit further here. Tommy Lee has managed to hold it right into the back into the 5th spot, now ahead of Aston Crowder. Marcus back here in 7th. 2nd in his class, got just a tick of damage on that front spoiler, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him too awful much. Running about 4 laps down to the leader. And Lewis Van's still hanging in here in the 8th place overall, ahead of Dog. Dog's got a lot of damage on him, but Dog is a lot faster than him. Dog coming up behind him right now, and if he could get around him, which he is, I believe he is going to pass him here, that's going to put them both on the same lap. But Dog's got to go clear around and pass him again for overall position. Dog got a mirror full of Tommy Lee coming up behind him. Let's ride along with Tommy here for a minute. All right, Aston getting by Dog. Still trying to chase down Tommy Lee, and Tommy's out there quite a ways ahead of him now. Let's take a look here real quick and see just what the gap is between them two. 8 seconds. So Tommy Lee maintaining that position by 8 seconds. Looking at this from the air, man, this is a beautiful track. We'll get up here on the leader if you want to really look at this from the air. And we'll follow him around for one lap and see how this works out. Kind of like this view. So looking down on the leader from the iRacing blimp. Alright, so there's one ride around with our leader. Almost a ride around. Pretty cool. Okay, let's run back through the field here one more time. Robbie Morrison in second. Now running about 56 seconds behind the leader. Layla Wilson back here in third. Last one on the lead lap. Only three of them, the three of the Corvettes on the lead lap. Darren Kuhn in fourth. As he comes up on Dog here, Dog lets him go by. Dog with a lot of damage. Tommy Lee in fifth. Aston Crowder sixth. Marcus in seventh, second in his class. Louis Van doing a great job out here today in the Legends car, running 8th overall. Dog 9th overall, third in his class in the Star Mazda after video card crashing on him, giving him problems. And Francisco not far behind him in 10th place, but he's about 5 laps down further than Dog is from the leader. So, but Francisco doing a super job out here. Don't forget, folks, we're going to be interviewing all the drivers out here, whether they win or not. So we're going to talk to them all that are in TeamSpeak. And don't forget to hang around for that. Should be interesting to find out some of the different issues that some of the drivers ran into today. Problems. Maybe they didn't have any problems. Everything went just flawless for them. The story of the day is going to be Darren Kuhn out here running. So far, he has not been on pit road today. no pit stops for Darren Kuhn. He does this from time to time. Some of the tracks he stays out there and runs just as long as he can possibly run. Robbie Morse. Yeah.
Apparently Lewis is going to have to take off because he actually has a job now, so he'll be going to a job first thing in the morning, so he's going to have to take off right away. He was saying if you wanted to do an interview with him before he takes off, then you can drag him down right away.
All right, tell him I'll do that right now.
Will do.
All right, Lewis is going to have to leave, so we'll see if we can't get him down here with us real quick and talk to him. Maybe. If I can find him here. Lewis Van, you got a copy?
Indeed I do.
Well, Lewis, I hate to hear you that you got to leave. You were running so good, man. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Just doing a superb job out there. Did you have any incidents today?
I had a slight nose to tail with, I think it was Ashton, just coming up to the corner where I'm now, actually, early on. But apart from that, we've had no incidents whatsoever. In regards to how long I'm going to hang around for, I'm going to hang around for another 10 minutes and see if I can make sure that I've got enough laps to still finish first in class.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, we don't want to see you late for work, but how's your car been running out there today? Pretty good?
Oh, it's been running beautifully. It hasn't had any real hitches. I had one or two little moments where I may have let it down, but apart from that, it's been performing beautifully. Oh, missed a gear.
Well, a lot of good
so
racing.
Pretty good.
A lot of good racing going on out there, and everybody's really giving a lot of room to each other. We haven't seen anybody have any issues. I haven't. Maybe there has been, but have you had any issues with any drivers?
No, they've been all relatively well behaved. There's been a couple of close calls here and there, just out of the sheer speed difference between this and everything else. But apart from that, there's been some pretty wide gaps between the cars.
Well, pretty cool to see you out there, Lewis. And anybody you want to say hello to, as long as I got you here?
Not really, of course. I imagine the others can't hear right now, of course, but when they get around to watching the broadcast, thanks to everyone for showing up and making this race happen. Of course, Michelle, as usual, the effort he puts in. Oh, yourself as well.
All right, Lewis. Well, thanks for talking with us, buddy, and we'll kind of keep an eye on you and see if you're going to be able to make it and maintain that top position in your class. If you do, I'm going to wish you an early congratulations to it if it does happen. And thanks for hanging out with us and talking with us.
Right, thank you. I've only another 8 minutes and I should be all clear, so I'll keep trucking around till then.
Okay, Lewis. Good luck. All right. Lewis going to be leaving us here in about another 8 minutes. Got to go to work. Real life situations dictate what we do here in sim racing sometimes. Real life comes first. But good to see Lewis trying to hang in there as long as he possibly can. All right, let's get up here. Robbie Morrison now 45 seconds behind our leader, Rune. Layla Wilson hanging back here quite a ways. She's about 39 seconds from Robbie Morrison. And Rene out there in the next zip code. He's out there in the next zip code. So well, I hope everybody's enjoyed the broadcast today. Appreciate it very much, y'all hanging out with me. And make sure you tune in every Sunday here for the Dogs of Endurance. Start at 10 o'clock Eastern. I don't actually start broadcasting then. I start broadcasting about 11 o'clock Eastern, or shortly thereafter, right around that time. So tune in 11 o'clock Eastern time next Sunday, and we'll be here. Make sure you do hit that follow button on your way out, though, this afternoon. We do appreciate all you viewers. It's always good to have viewers. Alright, coming down to it, folks. Coming down to 15 minutes left in the race. Let's run back through the field here one more time. Robbie Morrison in second, trying to catch up to the leader. Running about 43.5 seconds behind him. He's had a few slips and stuff here and there, but most of the time it was him and Rene putting on a show up in the front. Layla Wilson hanging on in third. Third in her class in the Corvettes. Third overall. Great job, Layla. Darren Kuhn, top of his class, running fourth overall in the Star Mazda today. Been up there for most of the race, the latter part of the race. He's just been up there dominating in the Star Mazdas. Tommy Lee, only one in his class in the Riley. Doing a great job for him, too. I think Tommy might have found a new place here. Good racing for him to compete in for road courses, so good job. Aston Crowder running fourth in his class in the Corvettes, sixth overall. Marcus doing a great job, second in his class. Just got a little bit of a front wing damage on that car, but other than that, he's been pretty clean all day long. Second in his class, doing a super job out there. Seventh overall. Dog running eighth overall, third in his class, excuse me, in the Star Mazda. In a lot of traffic right now. Had videographic problems earlier and caused a lot of damage on that car. Got it fixed, figured out what the problem was. It happened again, figured out the problem, and it was something to do with trading paints causing him some issues. So he's back out there, picked up a lot of positions on the track, and done a great job. Lewis Van, about to leave us here, probably in about the next 3 or 4 minutes. Has tried to stay with it here and make sure he is going to finish top of his class. He's been there all day long, top of his class in Legends. Another great racer, good asset to the team here at Dogs of Endurance. Francisco rolled his car earlier, got it on pit road, fixed it up, had 6 minutes of damage, and running 10th overall, second in his class. And like I said, Lewis wants to stay in there just long enough to make sure he is going to clinch that top spot in his class. We just talked to him there for a minute and said he's got to get ready to go to work. So we'll probably be seeing him leave here in a couple of minutes. All right, we'll get up here to our leader, check on him. He's coming down to a little under 12 minutes of racing left. Brune out front, 38.6 seconds ahead of Robbie Morrison. Good job there, Layla. I missed it. Well, Layla, I know you're listening. When you get on one of them straightaways, just give us a little wave back and forth for your fans. Oh, there. You didn't save that one. Easy there, girl. Easy. All right, Layla gets it going again here, trying to get out of traffic. Wow. Okay, forget the wave. Forget the wave. Just stay safe out there. Finish out the race. You only got...
Lewis is retiring from the race.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it's a good call on his part. He's getting his first job, his first day of work for his first job in the last 9 months is starting up in the morning, so it's a good call to end it a little bit early and get some sleep for your first day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alright, thank you, Layla. Appreciate that. She gave us a little wave there. That's pretty cool. Stay safe, girl. Keep that thing, keep it going straight down the pike there. You ain't got much longer to go. I know, yeah, too much. Yeah, that's why I said forget the wave, forget the wave. After seeing that, but anyhow, I'm glad you're okay. Didn't get any damage on the car. I don't see any. So maintaining their third in her class and third overall. Super job today. Under 10 minutes to go, and it looks like Louis Van has exited the server. He's got about 6 laps ahead of Francisco. With that much time, I don't think Francisco's going to be able to get by him, but you just never know. It could happen. Francisco, boy, driving the wheels off that thing, trying to see if he can't get them laps made up and get that position away from Lewis, but Lewis had to leave, go to work. Okay, let's get up here, check on Marcus. Marcus, another boy, he has just really done a great job today here. Good league member, clean racer. This is what it all boils down to right here, folks. Clean racing. These guys are all clean racers out here. The damage cards you see are ones that have done it themselves. A dog with the damage. Actually, Marcus here with a little bit of damage. These guys have done that damage themselves. They can't blame it on anybody else. They just, because they're, you know, everybody just so respectful out here on the track. So, my hat's off to all of these drivers, and I can't wait to talk to them in Victory Lane here. We're going to get a chance to talk to all of them here in TeamSpeak right at the end of this race. So, we'll give them a quick minute to take a bathroom break or whatever they need to do. Go get them something to drink. I'm sure they're probably, some of the people have things there sitting to drink, or some don't. So we'll give them a couple of minutes when we'll run down through the results real quick at the end of this and give them that time to get everything taken care of they need to take care of, and then we'll talk to them. But stick around for them interviews at the end of this race, folks. We'll talk to each and every driver that's in here. All right, leading that class, Darren Kuhn. Been up front in that class all day long, almost all day. He wasn't at the very first part of the race. We've only lost a couple of drivers today. Taking a look back here for just a minute, Rick James, he left. Not sure why he left. And Yanni blowing the motor on his Corvette, and had to exit the race. So only 2 drivers have expired from the race. All right, Layla in third in the Corvette. We've seen her lose it here a couple minutes ago, but I think she's pretty much got it locked up there. I don't think she's going to be able to lose that. She'll still get third in that class. Robbie Morrison in second. And he's closed the gap up down to 33 seconds behind our leader, Renee. But he just not enough time left for him to close up that gap any further, I don't think. If he does, it'll just be by a few tenths here or there. But with 5.5 minutes left in the race, highly unlikely that he'll be able to close that gap unless Renee really makes a mistake. And we've only seen Renee make 1 or 2 possible mistakes today, and we'll try to get a word in with him about those mistakes, and hopefully he can enlighten us on what happened out there today. A couple of times that once he got a pit road penalty, his limiter messed up on him and he sped on pit road and had to come in and serve a black flag. And I think he did slip one time or something there. I did catch that. So. But Renee up front with a little less than 5 minutes left to go in the race, folks. Nobody can take away from Renee here what he's put out in this race today. So he's done a great job, there ain't no doubt. All these drivers have, they have just drove their hearts out here for 2.5 hours now, folks. Think about this, sitting in there and driving at a simulator for 2.5 hours straight without taking a break. We have seen past races where the drivers have actually stopped on pit road and got out of their cars and took a quick break or whatever, maybe a bathroom break, or just get up and walk around for a minute or something to stretch your legs. But today I haven't seen anybody do that. The only ones they're the ones that have retired from the race that have done that. So these guys have been at it hard and strong for 2.5 hours. Fatigue has got to be setting in here pretty quick. They're going to be thankful when this race is over. No doubt. It's going to be like, wow, man. 2.5 hours, that's a long time. And it comes down to this, folks. All this comes right down to this right now. How did Layla got a couple laps down? I guess those mistakes she's been making has been costly to her, but she battles side by side here, 2nd place and 6th place. Aston right behind her. And actually these guys they're all Layla's 1 lap ahead of them. Okay, that's what it is. All right, Layla's 1 lap ahead of them. Oh, and Robbie losing it right there. Quickly, I want to go back and look at that before this race does conclude. I want to see what happened to Robbie. Overdrove it or something in the corner here. This is a pretty tough corner to try to get. Right there, just overdriving it. Getting back into the throttle maybe just a little too soon. Alright, we're going to get up here on our leader, because he's about to, in another minute and a half, about to bring this to victory lane. White flag is in the air. One more lap to complete this. Rune out front, now in a lot of lap traffic, comes up on the tail of Dog. That's good. Comes up on Dog's tail. All right. Yeah, I just thought of that myself. Yeah. Me and my sick humor, huh? All right, Rune bringing it to victory lane here today. Just got a few more corners to go. Has led a bunch of laps today. Hasn't led them all, but he's led 69 laps today, folks. And we're about to see him bring it into victory lane here before much longer. Just a few more corners to go, and he's going to be our winner today, overall winner. Winner of the class and winner of the overall race. So all right, there it is, folks. That's what we were looking for. The winner of the race, Rune, as he crosses the line. Right there, good job. Now he just takes his cool down lap. And like I said, we'll try to get a word in with all the folks here. But congratulations to Rune for winning here today. All right, let's run down through the results real quick here, and give them folks a time to go do whatever they think they might need to do. Let me get a few things shut off here. There we go. All right, Rune being the winner here, overall winner in the Corvette today, coming in first. Okay, Robbie Morrison finishing second in the Corvette. Layla Wilson third in the Corvette. Darren Kuhn fourth in the Star Mazda. Tommy Lee in the Riley Daytona prototype in fifth spot. Aston Crowder sixth place. Third. Well, let's see, it would be fourth in his class in the Corvette. Marcus in seventh, second in his class in the Star Mazda. Dog third in his class, finishing eighth overall in the Star Mazda. Lewis actually clinching that with the Legends today, finishing ninth and winning his class. 10th was Francisco in he finishes second in his class in the Legends. So wow, great race by them guys. We did have a few other, couple other folks there. Yanni blowing his motor in the Corvette, and Rick James. I think Rick was in the Star Mazda. Yeah. So I don't know what happened to Rick, but he was first time out for him, and did not finish the race. So all right. So again, our winner Rune, and we will get up here in just a second and talk to all the drivers. All right.
Check my tire temps first.
Hello there, Rudy.
We got a lot of winners in here, and man, a lot of people in here to talk to. So good to see everybody had a good race out there. First off, I want to congratulate Renee on a great finish here, dominating out here today. Renee, you got a copy there.
Yeah, I got you, Rudy.
Renee, talk to us about what happened there on pit road. I know it was just a mistake that probably a lot of people make, something about your rev limiter. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, basically, I got into the pits, and Robbie did also pit at the same time, and basically it was me getting a little bit too impatient and a little too eager to get out that I accidentally disabled the pit limiter before I passed the green cones.
Well, it cost you quite a bit on the track, but you come back to it and still win today. So we see a lot of mistakes out there. I seen quite a few today, but was that the only mistake you made today, or was there some others?
As far as I know, that was the only mistake I did today. I should have done a zero incident race, so I'm very, very happy with that. Okay,
well, very good, very good. How was the racing out there for you? Everybody give you enough respect and give you plenty of room to get around them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some cars did get out of the way or slow down to let me by. Others did not, but basically it was just waiting for the right opportunity to pass them, and normally that went pretty well. So I didn't lose much on getting through traffic, and everything worked really well. So yeah, I've had an awesome time.
Very good, very good. Well, it looked like a pretty good race out there. Lots of guys that did try it, which I was going to talk to. I think it was no, Darren did have to stop. Okay, I was thinking Darren tried to make it on fuel again, but he did have to stop. So, but anyhow, congratulations, Renee. Anybody you want to thank?
Well, first off, I want to thank Robbie for putting up such a great fight. We had a really close race for a long time, and unfortunately, we broke up both because of my time in the pits, the stop and go penalty, and later because of Robbie's pit stop later. So we got back together. He had, unfortunately, 1 or 2 spins, I think, when we were racing close again, and we got broken up again. So we had an awesome race during portions of this session, and it was absolutely fantastic. And after that, I want to thank Michel for everything he does for the league, and I want to thank you for doing the broadcast.
Well, thank you, Renee. Appreciate that. But yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. The way you and Robbie were racing around each other. We'll talk to him next about that. But thanks for talking to us, Renee, and congratulations again on your top spot.
Thanks, Rudy.
All right, Robbie, you got a copy? Robbie Morrison. Nope, can't hear you, buddy.
How about now? There
you go. Hey, talk about your race out there, and tell us about all the stuff that happened, because like Renee was saying there just a minute ago, boy, that looked like a blast. You and him just racing each other so hard out there. But talk about that and how much fun that was.
Well, today's race was awesome, actually. I qualified P1, which really surprised me, and to be able to run with Rune was something I don't normally get the opportunity to do. Usually he just runs circles around me. We ran tight throughout our first stint there. We both came into the pits at the same time, and like he said, he had bumped his speed limiter too early and had to come in for a stop and go. Then later on in the race, I had an incident to where I slid through the final chicane and just decided to take it into the pits instead of getting the off-track penalty. And after that, it was just kind of a cat and mouse game with Rune, trying to figure out how I could time it to get back on his bumper again after that. And I seen he went into the pits when I was about 18 seconds behind him, so I followed him back into the pits, and I just made a bad mistake. I didn't need as much fuel as he did, and I decided to just take 2 tires, and it just threw the balance of the car off, and that's kind of what put me back to where I was for the rest of the race.
Well, you finished second in the Corvette. Was it a good choice of car for you today? Did you feel comfortable in that car?
Oh yeah, I love driving the Corvette. It's a real fun car. It's the front tires go real fast, and it becomes a very tight car, and you got to start moving slower throughout the turns, and it's a fun car to drive. I normally would have been in the Riley today, but I wanted a little bit of competition. I seen the Corvette had a good turnout today, so I took it.
Oh, very good. Well, you come in second today. That's not nothing to sneeze at. You did a heck of a job out there, even though you did slip a couple times. But yeah, good show you and Renee put on up there in the front. Man, I was on you guys, and that was just fabulous to see you guys racing that hard. You rode behind him for the longest time, and then finally, when he pitted, that kind of put you out into the lead, and when he made that mistake on pit road, you were on pit road with him, I think. And it was just great to see you two out there having such a good time racing clean. And you know, I was talking on the broadcast about it takes a special group or a special few drivers out there to ride that close to somebody, you know, on their tail like that, and learn their braking points and throttle points. I don't know how you do it, but you did a great job with it, Robbie. Congratulations to you on your second place. Anybody you want to thank?
Of course, you got to thank Michelle for putting on the league. It's always a fun time. I really want to thank Rune for the racing. I mean, I think I was just a tidbit faster than him today, but with this track and the cars being so evenly matched, it was hard to get around him. But I want to thank him for the clean racing, and you for the broadcast. It's really great that we can go back and see our mistakes and have a review to look at.
Well, I might not catch them all, but I try to catch the ones that I can see. So, but anyhow, great job out there today, Robbie. You know, you don't need to look down on yourself for finishing second, because man, I'll tell you what, that was just an amazing race out there to see you and Rene going at it. I kind of just to throw this out there, it seemed like for a while there you guys were pretty equal. And you know, and then those mistakes that you made kind of caught up to you, and that let him get away. But you guys were equal there for the longest time, and riding right beside each other. So that was pretty cool. But thanks for talking with us. All right, Layla, you got a copy?
Yep.
All right, Layla, well, I give everybody a chance here to kind of air out their things we were talking, and you were listening on the broadcast. You gave us a little wave there that one time, but just before that, you kind of spun out, and it was like, oh, no wave now. But talk about your race out there today, Layla, because it looked like you had a lot of fun.
Well, it went better than last week. Like, last week I lead, oh gosh, 78 laps, and I'm going through there, and then the pedals came out, and you saw that, and it's straight in the wall. So anything was better than that. You know, I didn't expect to get third. I honestly thought I was probably, gonna crash or end up fifth. So I'm pretty happy with that. The car was stable for most of it. It kind of popped out under me every now and then, but that was lapses in concentration, more so than anything else.
Yeah, it does take a lot of focus, and you know, when you're riding with a car that's as fast as the Corvette, and you're coming up on slower traffic, you got to pick and choose where you want to pass them, but you got the horsepower to do it without a doubt. But you know, you don't want to like push somebody into the wall or spin them out or wreck them or anything like that. So, but you did a great job out there today, Layla. Man, I'll tell you, for a lady that runs in the league here, you're much respected, and you know, I know you reciprocate that respect because you're riding with some pretty tough competition here, and you do a great job keeping up with them.
Yeah, gosh, you know, that first lap there, that was totally crazy. You know, I'm not used to being the fastest car, so I go in there and I'm behind like the fastest people in the league. They're all like right in front of me, and I'm just like, I have to keep up, and we go into turn one and I just freaking wipe out. So, you know, it's these guys are so good. I cannot reiterate that enough, how good these drivers are in this league. So, you know, definitely hats off to all them.
Absolutely. All right, well, Layla, any other parts of the race that you wanted to bring up that might be noteworthy?
Not really. I just kind of drove the car and occasionally screwed up. That's about it.
All right. Okay, well, thanks for talking with us, Layla. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, definitely got to thank Dog for putting on the league, and thank you for putting up with us for 2.5 hours every week. Got to thank Rune for the paint job, and everybody else for racing and keeping us entertained in TeamSpeak.
Well, this might sound kind of off the wall, and you guys, I don't know if you'll believe me or not, but I'll tell you, it's races like this that's exciting for me to watch. I love to see, you know, like that show that Rune and Robbie were putting on up there in the front. I just loved it, man. I just freaked out. So I just love it. You guys put on a heck of a show every single week. I'll tell you, all of you. So, all right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Layla. Good job out there, and congratulations on finishing third.
Sure thing. I'll see you next week.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Darren Kuhn, you got a copy.
Hey, Rudy, I'm here.
Darren, you wound up. You know, you started out the race, I should say. You started out the race, you weren't doing quite so good. You kind of were running about third in your class. And I know you're kind of one of the guys that likes to try to see if you can make it the whole race on fuel. You ran a little bit short today and had to stop. But talk about your race, and I know you're always one that kind of gets back up there somewhere in the race. You're up in the front running, and it doesn't matter what class you're in. You finished top of your class today. Congratulations to you on that. Talk about your race a little.
Well, last night I raced the DP, and it wasn't so successful for me. Racked up some incident points, and it was a little bit tough to handle on the sharp corners. So I decided to go back to the Star Mazda, and it really was a good car for safety as well as consistency. And of course, first lap, cold tires. I ended up spinning it around, no damage, but just sat there and let everybody go by me. And that's where I ended up in the back for a bit, and just took my time and was patient. And watching the other faster cars, and just kept burning laps. I knew I had on a full tank close to 79, 80 laps, and normally I would just cut the race in half and get fresh tires and go, but I knew with the Star Mazda it was really sipping the fuel, so I decided to do the full fuel run and came in at 79, lap 79, and had I think 12 laps left. I did 91 of the 92, so it was just a matter of being patient and trying to be consistent. And I had a couple of spots there where the tires were starting to wear, but I think I was only down to 86%. So it was just about consistency and having respect of the other drivers and just trying to manage through the different speeds of cars. So it was a good race. Just kept it cool, kept it consistent.
Well, that's you, Mr. Cool and Consistent, each and every week, Darren. You just, man, you just really, you're up there. You're noteworthy every single week, and I'd say a lot of times you're in the top of your class, if not almost every time. So, no matter what class you're running, you're all such good drivers in here. And just talking about the league overall, everybody in here is such a good driver. It's just amazing. You got a few newcomers into the league. How are you dealing with them out on the track?
Well, I think making sure that we give them the awareness of what we're doing and talking to them constantly and getting feedback is probably the most important thing. So you just try to make sure we learn from each other, and we can learn from the new drivers as well ourselves. So it's just a really good communication is key to anything.
Well, I agree with that. Communication is a big thing. But, you come home top spot today in your class, Darren. Congratulations to you on that. Anybody you want to thank?
I just want to thank all the league members that came out and participated today. It was a really good run, and for people following, and the broadcast is always good for exposure for us, and just everyone that participated today, just hats off to everyone that finished the race and did a great job.
All right. Good deal. Thank you for talking with us, Darren. Good job out there today.
Thanks, Rudy.
All right, Ashton. Is that how? Am I saying that correctly?
You are.
All right, Ashton. You weren't quite as fast as the other Corvettes, but you had some pretty tough guys out there that you battled with. Talk about your race and what you did to just try to maintain where you were at all day.
Well, the race today wasn't my best ever. I had a few issues with my health at some parts of the race, and the car was getting out of hand towards the end, but overall, I think I did pretty good. And also, congratulations to Renee getting that win. Good job. Yeah,
that is pretty exciting. We're used to seeing him in victory lane, by the way. So, yeah. But you did pretty good out there, Ashton. I was watching you quite a few times there. It looked like you and Tommy Lee were back and forth having some good battles. I watched some of them, and pit stops. You didn't make any mistakes on pit road. That's a good thing that I seen. And you gave way to everybody out there on the track. That's the important thing of this league is to earn respect, you've got to give respect. And hopefully it was something that you did pick up from these guys. I hear these veterans, these guys that have been in the league since the beginning or been in here for a long time. They know that to get respect, you got to give some. So, but you did a good job out there today, Ashton. Anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank for one Michelle, God, what am I saying? JDRF, General Maintenance, and my grandparents for giving me my subscription to iRacing, and of course you for broadcasting this race.
Okay, Ashton. Well, good job out there. You finished, I think, fourth in your class. That's pretty good for your first time out at this track, Montreal. Good track.
Yeah, it's very challenging. It's a very challenging track at some points.
Definitely. All right, well, Tommy Lee left. We got Marcus in here. Marcus, you got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, Marcus, you finished, let's see, that would have been second in your class to Darren Kuhn. You were back 7th overall. Talk about your race and how that car felt for you on the track today.
Well, me and my car got married in the practice and qualifying session, but after the first lap she decided to divorce me and give me a hard time.
I seen you had just a little bit of damage on your front wing. How did you get that, Marcus? Because I missed that.
Did I have front wing damage?
Yeah, on the left part of your front wing, there was just a little bit of damage. Did you get that maybe on a rumble strip or maybe in the grass or something? Did you pick that up?
You know what? That could be it, because I had 2 spins, which really ruined my race today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably where you got it then. Okay. Well, overall, you did pretty doggone good. Was this your first race with the league?
No, this is my 6th or 7th, I think.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess I don't remember seeing you. Maybe it's you've been racing through the week and I haven't seen you, I guess.
Yeah, I've been racing in the Watkins Glen and the Sobo track. Yeah. And I was in Mid-Ohio, and this is the one I've been in now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you still did a good job out there today. I mean, second in your class for a race as long and as tough as this one was, that's pretty doggone good. You maintained. So, consistency like I think it was Robbie was saying consistency is got to be something in the you got to play. Use that as a tool in here, you know, and stay consistent and maintain to keep from getting incident points. That's the most important thing. So, all right. Well, thanks for talking with us, buddy, and good job out there today, Ashton.
Thank you. And if I would thank anyone, I would say everyone in this league right now, because there's so much respect going on. There's so much, you know, it's very enjoyable to be in the team speak during the races, and there's not a lot of fighting and stuff going on. It's just a very good attitude in here.
That's good to hear. I'm sure Michelle's all over that. He just loves to hear that. We've had some things in the past that are gone and done with, and hopefully we'll never see again. So that's good news for him. So, all right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Ashton. Good job out there today.
You're talking to Marcus now. Or
Marcus, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm looking at names here in TeamSpeak and I'm trying to figure out who I got to talk to next. So, sorry. All right. Thanks, Marcus.
It's all right. Yeah, thanks for the talk.
All right, let's see. We got. Well, we're going to save Dog for last. Well, Lewis had to leave, but Francisco, let's talk to you here next, and we'll save Dog for last. Talk about your race out there. I missed the flip. I heard about it, but I missed it. What happened there, buddy?
I honestly, I didn't get a good look at it. I'm assuming that what felt like the car just lost grip, but yeah, it was. We blew the motor on the Corvette last night and decided to take the Legends, try and make up some safety, and that ended up working against us. Legends car was really loose today, and it was just, I don't know, it just wouldn't, and then after the flip, it just wouldn't drive correctly for the rest of the night, so it was just kind of not a great day for the DuPont Logitech team.
Well, you still come, you know, in second in the class. I know behind Lewis, he did have to leave to go to work. And it looks like, by the looks of it, he just finished a lap ahead of you. There wasn't quite enough time for you to make up that distance. You did close up about 4 laps on him, but just quite couldn't make it that one last lap.
Yeah, no, that was intentional.
Yeah. But a great race out there today. I know you had some issues there and everything, but how much of a factor was the wind and the weather out there? How much did it change that car today?
I don't know if it may have been a little bit of that, but I mean, because we're on such a tree-shaded track, it doesn't. I don't think it affects it as much as, like, say, if we went to Mid-Ohio last week. But it was definitely a very unstable car all the way around the track, especially after flipping. So I guess they just couldn't get the damage repaired or whatever. So, you know, we'll take second. You know, come back next week. Well, actually, we won't be here next week for Charlotte. We're missing that to head home. So. But looking forward to watching the broadcast and wishing we could be there, but not going to happen.
All right. Well, stick around after the race. I'll go ahead and get this edited so you guys can watch it. Okay, I'll edit it a couple of different ways. I'll edit the whole video, and then you guys can have that to watch, and then I'll edit, you know, cut it in half so I can send it to YouTube, because you won't be able to watch that for a while. So, but stick around for a few minutes and I'll give you guys the link. All right, well, thanks for talking with us there, bud, and great job out there today. What did you do, leave?
Oh, me? No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm seeing people leave here, and I'm trying to figure out who I'm talking to half the time. But anyhow, Francisco, great job out there today, regardless of the flip and all that. You know, that's a pretty fun car. Just about any track you go, road courses especially. But you had a little issue there with it flipping. Boy, and had a lot of damage on that car. Would you have, like 6 minutes in the pit?
Yeah, 6 minutes in the pits, and that didn't fix most of the suspension problem. So
yeah,
we may have to get some new body workers on the team for next week.
Yeah,
might be some firings going through team services.
There you go. There you go. All right. Thanks for talking to us. Anybody you want to thank?
I just want to thank Rudy for putting on the show. It's always a great time every week. Even if you do crash, it's still a lot of fun. And definitely learned a lot from for going into Oval when we do road courses, and continue my own road course career. So thank you all the guys who put on the events, and I'll be back next season.
All right, Francisco, thanks a lot, buddy. Good job out there today.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right, Doug, that leaves us to you. I know you had video card issues. You had all kinds of things go on. Talk about all the events that happened to you today.
Oh, geez, it was a crap show. I had one of those days where when I got up in the morning and I'm kind of going, I should really restart this thing. But I don't really want to, because everything seemed to be working perfectly fine, but I had that gut instinct that I should probably restart my computer, and I really should have. Every time I've had that gut instinct, it hasn't worked out very well for me. And as evidenced in the race early on, I was just coming around the hairpin, and my video card just went blank. All screens blank. I was still driving. It wasn't that it froze. I could still hear everything that was happening, but because I couldn't see where I was going, even just hitting the brakes ended up making me nail right head first into a wall. So once that resumed, okay, no problem. Went into the pits, had almost 10 minutes of repairs, and after that the vehicle was mostly drivable. Had about a 45-degree to the left turn to keep it going straight, and especially on the cold tires it was really skittish, and it would get a little wonky every once in a while, but otherwise it actually ran fairly consistently. And then I started having some more issues, and I finally noticed that it was when people were either having a bit of a blink or when somebody was joining into the spectator session is when I'd start having issues. So I had a quick look down, and I noticed that my Trading Paints, anytime somebody would have a hiccup in their connection, then Trading Paints would automatically start downloading and refreshing everybody's paint. And it was causing a bunch of stutters and little micro freezes and so forth. So as soon as I shut that down, perfect for the rest of the race. So, and that really annoyed me because I was having issues throughout the week of where if I had it set to automatically refresh, it would cause issues. So I disabled that function, but I still had it running in the background. And I guess that was still enough that when it was downloading the stuff in the background, it was enough to make the hiccups. So I guess now, once the actual race proper starts, I'm just going to have to shut down Trading Paints. But I can run it so that it can at least capture the paints for when the race starts, and then shut it down as soon as gridding is going. So might be something to play with, because I've had some issues with the latest build of Trading Paints has been really wonky with stuff like that. So I'm going to start doing that, see if that fixes it, because I haven't had an issue video card wise. My temperatures were all in the 50s for CPU everything. Like nothing was really being used hard. So I think that was the only thing that was bottlenecking it. Otherwise, I ended up not getting my alien status for this. I had one too many incidents to make alien, and because of the time that I spent in the pits, I ended up having to... I didn't get enough laps to regain that alien status. I needed 80 laps exactly to get alien, and I didn't manage that, so I was a few short. So it's alright. It's a decent run, but I was hoping for a lot fewer accidents than that, but they were all ones that couldn't be helped, because like when your screen disappears while you're coming around a hairpin, you're hooped. Nothing you can really do at that point.
Yeah, I understand. Well, you still had a good run. I know the car was probably really difficult to drive at the end of that, but I don't know how you managed to stay out of the way of them fast cars with all that damage. I'm sure it was tough to steer, but you did a good job out there today. Dog, anybody you want to thank? I know you want to thank all the members and all that, but